Flor always dreamt of having her own home and being able to leave the house she shares with her parents and 3 siblings in Bogota. Although she kept applying for a mortgage loan to buy an apartment, the banks would turn her down time and again. As a hairdresser, she's considered an independent contractor.
There's
a lot of distrust. They're going to say, she's independent. How will we know if she's a dedicated worker and whether she really has customers? They're going to be suspicious all the time. For those who are independent, it's always more complicated.
Now Flor can breathe easier. In March 2012, she will move into this building, into a 3-bedroom apartment with living room, dining room and a kitchen, which is still under construction but is already officially hers. Flor, just like hundreds of other independent contractors in Bogota, is benefiting from a CREDIFAMILIA mortgage loan. CREDIFAMILIA is the first financial institution in Colombia that does not approve or reject mortgage loan applications on paper. It applies microfinance techniques and reviews each case on site.
We make a site visit to understand the business. If you have a store, we review the minimum inventory level, purchase invoices, the ledgers or entries about the daily cash flow. We find out from the neighbors how the store is doing and what kind of reputation the customer has.
They visited my business and took pictures. They saw my merchandise stand, figured out more or less an average of my monthly expenses, and how much the items I have there cost per month.
According to estimates, in Bogota there is a need for 3,080,000 affordable homes. The experts say this deficit does not reflect a lack of willingness on the part of the builders, but rather obstacles to financing imposed by traditional banking. Today, 3 out of every 4 applications are rejected.
It's very important to analyze the demand and how many customers will have access to credit. There will be more families who will demand housing, and a great deal of pressure will be exerted on the government and on builders, and it will be easier to develop the economy needed to build this housing.
This initiative is also allowing many people to establish a credit history. On paper, Gabriel Torres, a construction worker, earns enough to be able to afford a mortgage payment. However, none of the banks would issue him a mortgage.
I don't have a credit history. I only have 2 cell phones and a pair of shoes. I wish I had a credit history.
Over the next 5 years, CREDIFAMILIA is expected to approve over 16,000 mortgages and to expand beyond Bogota to Cali, Medellin, and Bucaramanga.
IDB is supporting CREDIFAMILIA because it is the first regulated financial institution in Colombia that is dedicated exclusively to the low-income housing market.
Flor is so happy about what she did that she keeps the purchase contract in her hair salon to show it to all her customers. On the other hand, for Gabriel, his finished home will mean so much more than a roof over his children's heads.
Leaving something to them, planting a future in which they can say, my father left me this, setting an example so that they can continue with the same legacy.
For Colombia, this will be a decade when low-income families will finally be able to aspire to a new quality home.